Here we are at the San Jose community site. This is our most challenging site. The reason for this is that the whole area was bulldozed and the topsoil removed for road building, and so we really don't know how our seedlings are going to cope with this situation. In our other sites we've had very good results with seedlings growing up to 1 metre, but here, as you can see, the seedlings are generally quite small, and you may not be able to appreciate that they're quite a yellow colour, so they're not very happy. It's really important for us to try and understand why that's so, because in that way we can find ways to improve their growth, maybe by changing the way we plant them, planting them at a different time, maybe through adding fertiliser or some shade. It would seem that there's some problem with the soil here, because it doesn't seem to be that the dryness of the leaf is related to the soil being dry itself. The other thing we'd like to do is to use this site to try and gauge how useful Inga is for agroforest and where it can be planted. So in this particular case, we have probably about 1/3 of the trees surviving, which means that this would actually be perfectly good if we wanted to reforest the site and return it to a more productive system. But if we wanted to use it for food production, this wouldn't be enough. And so what we need to do is work out how useful Inga will be for these particular sites, and maybe when we promote Inga, when we promote this technique, we should make it clear to communities that if your site's been bulldozed and the soil's heavily impacted, that you may have to wait a few years more to be able to grow food on the site, or that this technique, or this Inga, may only be useful for reforesting the site and may not be so good in the short term for food production. And if we make that clear from the beginning, communities won't feel they've been misled or deceived, or they won't be too disappointed because this will be what they expect. But if we said to them from the beginning, we're going to plant Inga here and in 2 years you can produce food, and then after 3 months you have these seedlings here, that could create some problems for us and for the uptake of the technique in the region.